Forget everything you think you know about a comic book movie. Erase the capes, the sky beams, the solemn oaths to fight for justice. Now, imagine a glitter grenade exploding inside a grimy, neon-lit dive bar. Picture a psychiatric thesis paper set on fire and used to light a cheap cigar. That, in essence, is the chaotic, candy-coated, and beautifully brutalist soul of Birds of Prey. This is not a story about saving the world. It's a story about saving oneself, and it's narrated by the single most unreliable, heartbroken, and fantastically dressed narrator in modern Gotham, Dr. Harley Quinn. The film kicks off not with a bang, but with a breakup. And it is a spectacularly messy one. The entire narrative is a post-relationship bender, an operatic tantrum thrown by a woman who has just been surgically removed from her identity. For years, Harley Quinn was defined by one thing: the Joker's girlfriend. This status was a shield, a get-out-of-jail-free card painted in acid green. When that relationship implodes, and she announces it to the city with the subtlety of a tactical explosion at the Ace Chemicals plant, their symbolic birthplace, that shield evaporates. Suddenly, Harley is just Harley. And it turns out, just Harley has wronged a lot of people. The film's first act is a dizzying, non-linear sprint as every thug, gangster, and weirdo she's ever mildly inconvenienced crawls out of the woodwork to claim a piece of her. This narrative structure is a stroke of genius, mirroring Harley's own fractured, ADHD-addled perspective. The timeline skips, rewinds, and fast-forwards, as she tries to piece together her own story, all while desperately, achingly trying to get her hands on the perfect bacon, egg, and cheese breakfast sandwich. This sandwich is not just a gag, it's her one, desperate anchor to normalcy, a greasy symbol of the simple life she can't quite grasp. Into this void of vulnerability struts the film's antagonist, Roman Sionis, played by Ewan McGregor with a preening, skin-crawling narcissism. Sionis, better known by his preferred moniker Black Mask, is not a cosmic tyrant. He is a small, petty man obsessed with status, art, and the pristine surface of his own face. He's a trust fund crime boss, a creature of explosive insecurity who throws childish tantrums one moment and commands his sycophantic henchman, Victor Josh, to peel off a woman's face the next. Their relationship, a toxic brew of codependency and symbiotic creepiness, is a dark mirror to the abusive relationship Harley just escaped. Sionis is a villain for the Instagram age, obsessed with things and image, and his cruelty stems entirely from his own bottomless well of self-loathing. The plot, such as it is, coagulates around a classic MacGuffin, the Bertinelli diamond. But this is no mere shiny rock. It contains the laser-etched bank account numbers of a massacred crime family, a fortune that Sionis covets. More importantly, it is the key to the past for one Helena Bertinelli. This diamond is her birthright, the spoils of the family whose murder she witnessed as a child. This trauma has forged her into the Huntress, a socially inept, revenge-driven assassin who talks to herself in the mirror, practices her one-liners, and executes mobsters with the grim precision of a crossbow bolt. She is a perfect, tragicomic creation, a woman so broken by her past she can barely function in the present. The diamond, naturally, ends up in the possession of the most inconvenient person possible, Cassandra Cain, a cynical, pre-teen pickpocket with an uncanny talent for sleight of hand. When she lifts the diamond from Josh, she doesn't just steal a rock, she swallows the film's central conflict, placing a ticking clock on her own life as her digestive system processes the evidence. This sets all the players on a collision course. Roman captures Harley and, in a moment of twisted inspiration, offers her a deal. Find the kid and the diamond, and he'll grant her the one thing she needs, his protection. This quest forces Harley to slam into the lives of the other women who will, almost against their will, become the titular birds of prey. There's Renee Montoya, the walking cliché of an 80s cop movie protagonist, trapped in a modern police department that refuses to acknowledge her brilliant detective work. She's been building a case against Sionis for years, only to have her male colleagues steal her credit. She is tired, angry, and exists on a diet of whiskey and frustration. And then there is Dinah Lance, Jurnee Smollett, the Black Canary. She is the film's bruised heart, a lounge singer working in Sionis's own club, her loyalty held hostage by his control. She's the reluctant witness, the one who sees the ugliness up close but tries to look away. But beneath her weariness lies a legacy of crime fighting, and a power she keeps literally locked in her throat, a metahuman, window-shattering sonic scream. For most of its runtime, this is not a team-up movie. It is a 5 ships passing in the night and occasionally trying to murder each other movie. Director Cathy Yan and writer Christina Hodson refuse to take the easy route of instant female solidarity. These women are isolated by their own trauma, ambition, and circumstances. They don't like each other. Harley is an agent of pure chaos they can't trust. Huntress is a weirdo who doesn't know how to talk to people. Montoya sees them all as criminals. Dinah is just trying to survive. This antagonistic friction makes their eventual alliance not just narratively earned, but triumphant. The climax doesn't happen in a sterile CGI cityscape. It takes place in a derelict, condemned amusement park, a literal funhouse that perfectly reflects the warped psyches of its combatants. The final battle is a masterpiece of character-driven action. It's not a swarm of faceless goons. It's Roman's entire family of entitled, masked maniacs, and our 5 women, backed into a corner, finally deciding to fight together. The action, choreographed by the John Wick alumni at 8711, is visceral, creative, and gleefully R-rated. But it's not just cool, it's personal. Harley fights with the anarchic, gymnastic glee of a Looney Tune, using glitter bombs, a baseball bat, and a pair of roller skates. Huntress is all brutal, economic efficiency, her crossbow and slides punctuated by a complete lack of grace. Canary and Montoya are street brawlers, using their fists, their environment, and in Canary's case, a baseball bat borrowed from Harley. The entire sequence is a glorious, messy, and cathartic explosion of female rage. It culminates in a tiny, perfect moment. In the middle of this life or death brawl, Dinah is struggling, her hair in her face. Harley, mid-combat, spots her and, with the casual intimacy of a best friend, tosses her a hair tie. Dinah catches it, ties her hair back, and gets back to the business of fighting. In that 1-second gesture, the birds of prey are truly born. It's a moment of shared understanding that says more about their bond than any long-winded speech ever could. Birds of Prey is a thematic triumph. It is a film about the messy, painful, and often ugly process of emancipation. It's about how women are defined and confined by the men in their lives, be it a toxic boyfriend, a narcissistic boss, or a dismissive police captain. And it's about the violent, joyous liberation that comes from finally severing those ties and deciding to define yourself for yourself. Harley's journey isn't from bad to good. She's still a chaotic neutral agent at best. Her journey is from his to hers. The film is not perfect, its pacing is deliberately manic, which can be jarring, and its plot is as thin as a thread of confetti. But its flaws are part of its charm. It is a movie that feels like it was made with a contraband Sharpie, a bottle of vodka, and a deep-seated love for its broken characters. It is loud, obnoxious, deeply heartfelt, and utterly, fantabulously, its own thing. It's the Emancipation, televised, complete with explosions, breakfast sandwiches, and a pet hyena named Bruce.